Hi guys, so we continue today our weekly forecast. So we start with the dollar index. So our forecast for the dollar index to continue actually going up. So we may be getting a small correction to the downside first, then we continue up. So we'll be looking to sell a higher price. This is not a buy and also is not a sell yet price. So there is one more wave is expected in this uptrend. We expect the Feds to continue cutting rates. Dollar will be looked at as a safe haven in these circumstances. Okay, the pound has been crashing for the interest rate cut, and the euro also I expect to start coming down. Australian, New Zealand, and Canadian dollars are affected by the coronavirus effect. So they are not very strong, so the dollar I expect to continue being strong in this kind of situation. Also Japanese yen may open in a gap down, but within the week it should be going back up. The Dow Jones, we may be seeing a gap down first, going down, opening in a big gap down. This is a possibility, a chance. So today if you have a long position from here, it may open in a gap down right here. So that's why for stock and shares it's the best to trade during the week and you close your trades, so you'll not be subject to these big gaps and stuff like that. Okay, so we may be seeing a gap to the downside. Then after this, within the week, we're gonna start taking the buy position. So this is a kind of a buy position we want to take. So wait till the market open, you see where the price is, then it settles down, then the first buy, something like this, you want to take a trade looks exactly like this. This would be a perfect trade. The DAX, we actually expect further down in the DAX before it comes up. We may be going to 8,500, even 8,000. I don't touch this. This is not a buy or sell price. I don't think it's ready to go up yet. There is one more wave down. This one wave could be short or long one, but there is no buy yet. So wait for the next week. Let's hope for some good news first about coronavirus. If things settle down, slows down, then this DAX is gonna fly up, but it's not ready yet. Euro index, I expect the euro start coming down, so we should be looking for a sell in the euro index next week. Bond index did crash was the interest rate cut from the Bank of England. We should get some correction. This is not a sell price, guys. This is really bad, very very far away from the cloud, so this is way oversold. So we should get some side movement right here, or even a correction to the upside before it continue going to the downside. So a long term trend here for the pound, it should be going down. Franc, because franc has been one of the strongest safe haven in this situations, that's why it's continue going up. But the Bank of Switzerland is not very happy about this, and they may interfere suddenly in the market to bring the franc down. So I would recommend you guys to stay away from the franc these days. Japanese yen, this may open in a gap down, then it will go up during the week with some good news. Some central banks have to jump, and they have to put stimulation and bump money to the economy and quantitative easing, negative rates, whatever they can do. Now they're gonna go crazy to make the stock market go back up. Otherwise they will fail badly, and we're gonna get in a recession and a fear, and there's gonna be a terrible recession. So they don't want this to happen, so they're gonna go crazy in the opposite side. Okay, Canadian, if oil is gonna go up, the Canadian index is gonna go up with it. It may open in a gap down at the beginning of the week. I think this would be a good chance to buy it in a lower price. Australian also, this is affected so bad. I have talked for 3 weeks now, guys. I've said the Australian and New Zealand and Canadian, those beta currencies, are going to be affected, and they hit the most because of the coronavirus. And they have said the Australian and New Zealand currencies are so connected to the Chinese economy, because the Chinese economy is getting hit so hard because of this coronavirus. Also, the Canadian got affected by the oil war between Saudi Arabia and Russia. So those three currencies are affected so bad about this. When things are gonna get better, those three currencies are gonna fly to the upside. Is this ready or not ready yet? This is a matter of discussion. I don't sell Australian at that low price. This is not good. Wait for the buy signal. New Zealand index, this may start going back up. US crude, once Saudi Arabia and Russia they get an agreement, then the crude is gonna fly up. So we should go back to 40-45 very soon once they reach an agreement. If this war continues, then we may be seeing a lower price like 25, but we don't want to sell this at all, guys. We want to take only the buy signals. Okay, take only the buy signal, because at any moment if there is announcement from the Ministry of Energy in Saudi Arabia or Russia about a deal or a, you know, about anything positive, then you're gonna get like 300-400 bips move. So you don't want to really be in a sell. There is no more further down badly, but the surprise will be to the upside. So you want to be in the direction of the surprise. UK print, the same scenario, so we expect a up move. Gold, so what happened in 2008, guys, when the stock market crashed and the gold was like above 1900, then people, the central banks start pumping so much money to the economy, and at that time you know, it was better for the investors and people to go to the stock market, to the economy, and just to get rid of the gold. And that's when the gold started going down. I think the same scenario is going to happen now again. Also, everybody's trying to close the gold position, long positions, to make up for the loss from the equity market. Same thing for Bitcoin. The same reason Bitcoin did fall is because people lost so much money in the equity market, in the stock market and shares, so they had to close their long in gold and Bitcoin. That's why stock market, gold and Bitcoin, all three came down, because people need money, people need to make up for the margin, people need to you know, fix this problem. So that's why. So for pound New Zealand, we expect a down move. So we have talked about, you know, for the last 2 weeks, guys, about a pound coming down, pound New Zealand. Pound Australian, we expect the same thing, the pound Australian to be coming down. USD CHF, watch out, this may open at the beginning in a gap down, then it will go up. So we'll be looking to buy the USD CHF. Pound USD, we have talked last week about coming down, so this week we may get a correction, then further down. Okay, so you have to trade small time frames with a stop loss, guys, okay, to be on the safe side. So what does this mean? So this is 15-minute time frame, guys. It's beautiful. If you take this signal, is really nice, you know. Then if you take this signal, is beautiful. So you just move your stop like this, okay. So if you get a buy up move as a correction like this one, like here, then it bounce back, then coming down, then you take the signal at this area like that. Euro dollar, we have talked about coming down from here, guys. We expect further down, so another 200-300 bips down in the euro dollar. Euro dollar probably is going to end up at 1.05 at some time in the future. USD GBPUSD, this is probably going to open in a gap down, so it may open in a gap at like 104, guys, okay. First, then I expect it's gonna go up after this, okay. So this will open a big gap to the downside tonight, then it's gonna go up, so be careful. USD CAD, if the oil is gonna be strong, then we're gonna see the USD CAD coming down. Australian USD, just you have to be careful, because if this coronavirus cases continues, Australian dollar is gonna come down, but we don't really want to sell the 61. At 65, I was telling you guys, we may be going to 61, 62. I have talked about this about 3 weeks ago, and this happened. But now, don't sell this one. We'll be only looking for up move. Euro bound, we are gonna be looking for a correction, down wave. After this, we're gonna be going up. Canadian Japanese yen, this may open in a gap first at the beginning of the week right here, then it's gonna continue up with the oil. So this would be a good buy once things are settled, especially with the oil start to continue up. Pound yen, we expect a correction first, then after this is coming down. So we're looking for in a smaller time frame for something like this to sell again. You know, if you go even to the 5-minute time frame, you know, half an hour time frame, something like this, a signal like this, you know, for the sell. Okay, guys. Okay. Anyway, for the bigger time frames, now we expect a retest for this 137 resistance, then coming back down. Okay, guys. Euro New Zealand will be looking for a down wave this week. Okay, we have been waiting for a down wave for like a couple weeks. It's slightly going up because the weakness in the Australian, but this week Euro should start coming down. New Zealand dollar, this also should start going up. USD ZAR should be coming down with the oil going up. USD ZAR is connected also just like USD CAD. Pound franc, it did follow the interest rate cut, so this week we expect a correction to the upside, then continue going down. Euro CAD, this possibly one of the best sell this week, guys. Euro Australian dollar is the same thing, we expect a down move. Okay, that was it for the week. Thanks guys, and have a wonderful day.